Yeah, I mean, in America, the majority of Americans for most of the last century opposed interracial marriage, and many opposed interreligious marriage. Now they oppose interparty marriage way more. And really, people strongly don't want to date or marry someone who's from the opposite political party. They don't want their kids to do it because that's also seen as sacrosanct. Again, it has that religious element to it. And so that is one of the biggest predictors. In fact, there's entire websites dedicated. If you're a Trump supporter, you can just find other Trump supporters on a website dedicated for Trump supporters. And so and of course, there's all kinds of other dating websites dedicated to this. If you're a vegetarian, there's like a vegetarian dating website. But now, again, the technology takes this instinct, which has like really been on steroids now for many years, and it just allows us to efficiently weed all those people out of our life. And again, there's research showing people are moving more and more towards counties and neighborhoods where people are politically like them. And it increasingly just cuts you off from perspectives that are different than yours. And so I'll give you an example why that's problematic. So we've been talking about how polarization is bad, how it's growing, how it looks like political sectarianism or religion now. But here's a ray of hope. It's not as bad as we think it is. And so if you ask people how much the other party hates you, they vastly overestimate it. The other party might, if you, on a feeling thermometer of 1 to 100, you might say, how warm does members of the other party feel to your party? And you might say, well, 40. But in reality, it's like 65, right? So it's not high, but it's not that low. But we think it's way worse than it is, in part because we're just fed this nonstop on social media. The most extreme people are driving this conversation and holding up other extremists as if they're representative. And so we walk around with like a boogeyman version of people who are different than us that is way more exaggerated and hateful than that those people actually are. And that means we're not going to interact with them. And guess what? The less we interact with them, the less we'll learn that they're actually more nuanced in their thinking and have less animosity towards us and don't actually fit our very caricatured stereotypes. And so that is, again, it's kind of like a vicious spiral. We're running studies now where we're getting people from different political parties to tell their positions on all kinds of issues, from Gaza and Israel to abortion to immigration to marijuana laws. And what we find is actually like there's incredible diversity. You'll find Republicans who have really nuanced views about women's reproductive rights, and you'll find Democrats who privately have really nuanced views about like border security and immigration, illegal immigration. And most people aren't aware that a lot of other people who differ than them actually hold similar views to them on many other issues.